About this.
Man.
You don't have to speak in about your personal life. You can just speak in general, right? So, in general, what do you think a woman's duty in a relationship is? And what is the woman's duty in society?
So I would say a partnership. That's a big one for me. So to balance my man. So simply where,
Those are so vague.
there's things that areas that he may lack, I can pick up and
Like
vice
what?
versa. So we would have to be able to, there's a balance. We kind of find that in a relationship.
So, it's partnership, like it's equal.
It's a partnership. Yeah. I mean, yeah, considerably. Like he's my rib. So
Okay.
king,
How-
queen, you know how that go. So
Yeah, but I feel what you're saying, but there's a different dynamic with king and queen. Like if the queen dies, the king just gets another queen.
Yeah.
But if the king dies, oh well,
That queen
the kingdom is gonna have be in some trouble.
Well, you got to think because if a king dies, as you know, as woman and how the world goes around, women always figure it out, and a queen continues until another man can pick up this place. So the king can pick up. So I didn't seen it both ways, but as far as a king and queen, yes, a king can lead, but a king always has his queen's ear, even though he may, he might have the final say, but I've never seen a queen not hear his woman's point of view.
Okay, but that's the good thing that you said. You said the king will have the final say. You think that like the man in the relationship should have the final say.
Here we go.
I'm big on.
Anytime they say on such a simple question, that was a yes or no question. Either the man has the final say or he doesn't. Shouldn't be you can't talk about king and queen, and then when it comes to does the man have the final say, and then you're like no.
Love leadership.
Yeah.
I love, as long as a man is understanding that he is not God,
See,
but he is the man, I'm okay with him leading correctly.
God and
why do you have to put all those weird, as long as it's not God, as long as it doesn't abuse me, as long as it doesn't do all these things, like why do you have to do all that? It's either he's the leader, you follow him, that's it.
what terms? Like, are you Christian or what do you mean?
I'm Christian.
Oh, you Christian. So and I believe I don't know the exact verse, First Corinthians, but it says, "Wives, submit to your
Oh my gosh.
husbands, like as the Lord." So pretty much like submit to your husband as the Lord.
And they always forget the scriptures where a man submits to
That
their
is neither
wife.
the Lord.
They always.
Yeah, but it's not as it's
As.
the verse is.
As.
It doesn't say that in the
It
Bible.
doesn't say that. So what it actually says is the difference, the distinction between the two is wives submit to your husbands as to the Lord, and then it says husbands submit to your wives as Christ submits to the church.
Yes.
So that's the distinction. It's not saying that
Men are the Lord.
man is subordinate to the woman. Not at all, because is the church subordinate to? Is Christ subordinate to the church? No, Christ isn't subordinate to the church. The church is subordinate to Christ. But
correct.
the clear distinction is that when it says that wives submit to your husbands as to the Lord, it's saying that essentially, as it is on earth, the husband is your Lord. The same way you submit to the Lord, you submit to your husband.
That's not
Yeah.
what it's saying.
But it's not saying that.
Yeah, people always, especially women, always want to add in that to make it seem like they are equal to the man in the relationship. So anytime the conversation of submission, leadership, and the man being the leader, and that verse is brought in, women always want to cling on the fact that Jesus said men should also submit to their wife, but they forget to which I understand it exactly how he said it. Now, obviously, women change it to appeal to themselves. But I think, to me, in my understanding, he was just trying to say, he used the word submission, but not in the way a woman submits to the man, because that wouldn't make sense. It was more of the way maybe listen or care about them, something like that. That's how I understand it. Women understand it like it's a 50-50. Obviously, it's a 50-50 to submission, but it's not a 50-50 in bills and providing. Just saying.
That's
Amen is the
exactly.
Lord.
It says
And-
as.
As
Yeah,
you
as.
look at the
You're right.
beginning
That's
of
you said the key word as
and as you
Not
look at the beginning
to
of
your
the
husband.
Bible,
That's your Lord.
Eve was the rib, she wasn't his foot. So I'm not beneath you. I'm next I'm your rib.
Beside you.
So
don't
again, there's a balance. So
It's
what
a
I'm
balance.
saying is, long as you know the pyramid that you are not God, you can lead by God. And if you're leading
Man of God.
under God, then I'm understanding that my man can lead properly
Correct.
by God. You're leading correctly, so I will submit to that.
Correct.
Okay.
I
So,
agree. Well
so then you submit to your man as long as he's submitting to God.
So if you break down the terms,
But
even if I
answer that
submit
real
to my
quick because
man.
I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, you want a
Okay.
God-fearing man.
So what's the question?
And real quick, so we can have this. I know you're putting in your 2 cents, but it's like distracting the conversation. No, not you. It was to her because she's asking questions and speaking. But answer that. So, are you saying that? I'm sorry. That last sentence that you said. Say it again.
I don't know what I said.
You submit to your man as long as he's submitting to God.
Yeah, that part. So
But you gotta
okay.
understand that everything is with context. So for me, it's like, a man who's praying to God and he's getting his answers from God, he's going to lead correctly.
Amen.
So I can submit to a man because that man knows that as a leader, he still
Needs to be led.
pays attention to the concerns of his woman to lead properly. He understands the foundation of the household. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I can submit to that. He's leading correctly. So I can submit to that. I won't submit to nothing toxic. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to marry into nothing toxic, but I mean.
No,
I guess
fair enough,
that's
fair
different. That's more
No,
of
I
a
would- I
question
would
for
say
somebody
that-
who is married because
I
no,
would
I'm not married.
I would say that the contradiction within your statements is this. So you said that you want it to be a partnership. You say that you also want the relationship between men and women. Since it's a partnership, you look at it equal. But then you also say that the man has the final say. That's why I asked you twice. Well, are you sure the man should have the final say? If the man has the final say, and even when we look in biblical scriptures, there's a clear distinction of a hierarchy in a relationship, meaning that the man is the head. That's a hierarchy to things. The woman submits to the man as to the Lord. The same way she submits to the Lord, she submits to her man. That's okay. So look at that. So therefore, if the woman is submitting to the man just like she's submitting to God, there isn't any equalness, right? Because the distinction between it doesn't say for the man to submit to the wife like he submits to the Lord. No, it says for the man, submit to your wife as Christ submits to the church, right? Now, is Christ subordinate to the church? Christ isn't subordinate to the church, so the man isn't subordinate to the woman. But the church is subordinate to Christ, which means that the wife should be subordinate to the man. That's the clear distinction. A relationship between men and women aren't equal. You ladies don't want it to be equal. You all want a man that's taller, stronger, preferably makes more money, if not the same. You want a man that's doing better than you. If you met...
No, they just pick and choose when they want a man to be a leader, when they want to submit. You know what I mean? So they'll say, I want to submit to you when it's time to pay my rent. I will submit to you when it's time for you to give me money. But when it's time for me to go out to my homegirls, I will not submit to you. So you're not the leader of me. I'm my own person. I'm an independent woman. I'll go out to my girls' trips. When I want to, I'll cook for you when I want to cook for you. But when it's time for you to be a man, now I'll submit to you. When she wants something from you, she will submit. But when she doesn't want anything, she won't. So they pick and choose when they want to submit. You know what I mean? So it's not that they really, really want to submit, but they submit because, they want something from you. That's why it goes back to when a woman doesn't want anything from you, she can never be nice to you for no reason. But you as a man, you're supposed to be nice and be a man all the time. So imagine a men started picking and choosing when they want to be leaders. Women wouldn't like it. They don't like it.
A man that was your height, made your same amount of income, had your same type of jokes, you'll be like, oh, yeah, nigga, you kind of just like me, your girl. So you don't want no no dude that's on your level. You want a dude that's doing better than you, which means it creates that hierarchy. You're looking for a superior, basically. You're looking for a leader, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's supposed to be a leader.
So answer this one part for me, if you could. Generally speaking, what's the woman's duty in society?
It's back to me.
Yeah,
It's
back to
cool.
you. Because I'm sorry, it's a two-pronged question.
I mean, into society,
Nothing. Be independent.
I don't know. I mean, I'm
Told
just gonna
you.
do. I'm more so focused on my family. So as far as society,
Independence. Told you.
that is based off of how I am as a woman. It's more of an acts of service thing. So I mean, I constantly meet different people. So I kind of just deliver what someone may need, whether spiritual love, friendship. I kind of just it's kind of like an acts of service thing. So I think that's really just I'm a giver. So
Okay.
that's just about the only.
So
thing.
your duty, woman's duty in society should just be like giving and
I just-
nurturing.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what I know from birth. So
And Priscilla, two-pronged question. Let's try to get through this
Yeah.
a little bit better there. Well, a little bit quicker there. But it was a good back and forth. So first question to this two-pronged question is, what's the woman's duty in a relationship?
I think the woman's duty and or the man's duty is to give
We're talking
100%
about the woman now.
to whatever they could contribute to the relationship to make it a success. It doesn't mean
fair.
that the man has to do more than the woman or the woman has to do more than the man. It means that you use both of your features, your blessings, your
Not answering
talents
the
to
question.
make it work. And between you both and as a family, you can make it succeed. There's nothing in specific.
She didn't answer the question.
context.
She
Okay,
avoided that.
so there's actually no duties, then, is what your answer is. There's no duties.
We all have duties, right? When
What
we
are
go to
those?
work, we all have duties. We all have jobs, but there's nothing specific because all of us are individual. So you as a man
Yeah.
today could be good in reading, good in researching, but this man might be just good with his hands.
So that
I'll
would
do
be
the
different.
research. I'll do the reading.
Yeah,
You
that-
work with your hands. Whatever it takes for the relationship to work and succeed. There is no certain task.
They are.
We all use our best features to make it work.
I get what you're saying, but what you're saying, respectfully, it doesn't make sense. I'll tell you how.
Doesn't.
So you use the analogy as far as work. In work, there's different duties. Like, for an example, some people file paperwork. Some people are on a computer. They're doing processing. Some people are on a phone call. They have distinct duties, distinct roles within this corporation. So we live in a country where it's basically a corporation to the United States. So if I'm asking you, well, that's the second prong question. But if I'm just asking you, what's the woman's duty in the relationship? If your answer is, well, there really isn't any duty.
No,
I
no,
help
no, no.
out
There's
here,
nothing
where you help
specific.
out.
Not that there's no duty. There's nothing specific.
There is something specific, but the reason she's saying there's nothing specific because she doesn't know what she's supposed to do for a man. And this is what I've been saying, and so many people have been saying this for so long. Most women in 2025 were raised to get something from a man, not to do anything for a man. They have the mindset, they have a list of everything men should do. Provide for me, care for me, call me, listen to me, be my therapist, good sex, ABCD, cook for me, take me out, trips, buy me clothes, buy me a new phone, give me upkeep, give me rent money. They have a list of things they expect men to do for them. They don't have a list of what they should do for a man. That's why when he's asking, what are you going to do for a man? Oh, no, there's nothing specific. We're going to figure it out. We never figure it out. Relationships are literally like a corporation, like he was saying. They are duties. Now, you may not talk about it, but you're going to find out that the man pays the rent, she cooks sometimes, she does this. Everyone is going to find their way, but there are specific tasks. The reason she doesn't want to answer the question because she doesn't know what she can do for a man.
For me to give you a duty, I have to see what you're
Lacking.
not what you're lacking, what your specialty, what you're good at. And what you're good at, I'm going to give you that duty.
Those are vague.
So I have to see who you are first. It's
walking
not,
around
we
that
all have to have duties to complete any task.
Got you. So
That's common sense.
Hypothetically,
But
in the relationship.
what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
you cannot tell me, I cannot explain to you exactly what is my duty as a wife in a relationship.
'Cause you
It
don't
is
know.
whatever it takes
See?
for that relationship to work. As long as
Yeah.
we're both giving the same effort.
Okay, here's a better, because you're going back and forth. And one way you're saying that, I'm not saying that there isn't a duty. That's what you're saying, because I'm
There
saying
must be a duty for any task to be completed.
it must be a duty for any
Correct.
task to be complete. Okay, so then my question, just to get some more understanding of your view, is there a specific duty that men are inherently better at, and is there a specific duty that women are inherently better at?
She's probably going to say
I cannot say that specifically because we're all different individuals.
she's
Right? No one man is the same. In general, if you want to say
Yeah, in
like
general.
statistically, okay, yeah, men generally are stronger than women.
So like their duty
Women
would
are
be,
generally more organized than men. But in one relationship, you could have where the woman is stronger,
Yeah,
and the man is more
There's a-
resourceful, but it works for them, and they're all living happily, and they all,
Yeah,
there
there's
is no one
exceptions.
specific task. It's
Yeah.
whatever it takes for the relationship to work, for everybody to be happy and to be successful.
So there's exceptions to every rule, right?
Based off the-
But in order for us to, reason, right? If you're going to reason, if you look at a parking lot, you would use reasoning skills to say, oh, it's only 4 handicap parking spaces, but generally there's 200 regular parking spaces, like at a mall or something like that.
like I said, all this shit. She doesn't want to answer that question because, like I told you, women don't want to be. She doesn't want to put in a position where she has to do something for a man. Because it would have been simple to be like, I'll cook for my man. Even as something as simple as cooking, she can't even say it. She's like, "Oh, we'll just figure it out as we go." But when the rent is due, if I took this girl on a date, guess what? She's gonna know in the back of her mind that my role on that date is to pay for the date when she's done eating. How funny is that she will know that the man pays on the first date? I wish, because I'm watching this in real time, I wish he could ask her who pays on the first date. You think she's gonna be like, "Oh, it depends. We're just gonna go and see. We're just gonna go on a date and see who pays and maybe figure it out." No. When it comes to a man's role, she will know. I wish he can ask her, what happens if you're walking with your man and another man slaps your bat? What should happen? What should your man do? She will know what the man should do.
Reason being is they use reason and logic behind it, because they know that, well, most people aren't handicapped, so we're only going to do a few, parking spots for the handicapped people, but for the majority, the general population, let's do more regular parking spots. So when I'm asking you the question, in general, we do know that there's exceptions to the rule, that there's weak men. And
I
maybe
wouldn't
that
say that
there's a
weak.
man.
I wouldn't say that a man that is not strong is weak. He might be strong mentally. He might be strong in organizing. Well,
Yeah,
I
but we're
might
speaking
be
about-
deficit in that.
Yeah, we're speaking
That
about
doesn't mean that
physically
he's
strong.
weak, because he's physically not strong. Doesn't mean he's weak. He could be mentally very strong, and
That is
that's what
true.
I need for me to be successful.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Men, I think that men are generally mentally stronger than women, but that's another topic and discussion, or maybe another debate we can have. But what I'm saying here is, if we're speaking about, I asked you the question, is there something inherent as far as a man's duty that is specific to a man? And you said, yes, the man is stronger. So obviously, generally, his duty would be protecting. You said, what you say about women? You said women are better organizers. So what would the woman's duty be?
Organize the
Doing
house.
laundry? All right,
No,
good.
no, I
In the
wouldn't say
kitchen
the
cooking.
laundry.
All right, good. I
Excuse
like
me,
that one.
the laundry, the kitchen. No,
In the kitchen,
no.
cooking, doing
I would
laundry.
say organize
that
maybe
one.
the bills.
You said the laundry, the kitchen, no. You know what that means? I told you. For her, in her mind, she's not supposed to do those things for a man, but she knows what men are supposed to do. And guess what? If she thinks like that, chances are her friends think like that. And then chances are the friends of those friends think like that. And this is what you see out here right now. Like, if you meet a woman, even if she claims to be a good woman, what do her friends look like? What do they do? What type of habits do they partake in? So yeah, she may be a good woman, but if our friends are feminists, chances are you're going to run into the same issue. You feel me? So anyway, man, shout out to No Fugazi podcast. This was good. Mrs. Plum, you came in late, but I was already here. And then what happened was my stream got some issues. Then I had to come back again, and then again, and then